In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 10 habits successful wedding photographers and filmmakers swear by, so you can start adding those habits into your life and scale your business much faster. But first, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and let's dive in. So I'm Jordan, co-founder of the Wedding Business Mastermind with my wife, Crystal. We've both built multi-six-figure wedding photography businesses, and through the past 7 years, we've worked with over 1,200 wedding photographers and filmmakers all over the world. We've helped hundreds of them scale to 10K to 30K months, many of them pushing their businesses to the six-figure and multiple six-figure level. For example, our students Dai Young and Alex in the UK scaled their business to 6 figures their first year in business. Ashley and Peter in Canada, we helped them scale to over $200,000 a year. And Russo Photo and Film here in the US, we were a big part of their journey to scaling to over $700,000 a year with a team of associates. And they learned how to do all of this in our community that I have on the screen. And if you're curious about this community, I'm actually going to put a link in the description of this video where you can learn about our community. But through our own journey and literally working with hundreds of wedding photographers and filmmakers all over the world, we start to see the same habits to our most successful students every single time. So what habits do these high-earning photographers and filmmakers have that struggling photographers and filmmakers don't? Let's dive in. Number one, the first habit is charging what you're worth. Our students Ashley and Peter that we helped scale to over $200,000 a year. When we first started working with them, they had such beautiful work, but they were only charging maybe $3,500. So Crystal started working with them, and we really started to elevate several things. Number one, their brand, the non-visual and visual aspects of their brand, the messaging of their brand. Number two, how they actually got their leads. And number three, their sales process, a non-salesy sales process, so couples could actually see their true value. So when we helped them do that, they went from charging only around $3,500 to their starting prices starting at around $7,400. That is a huge jump. If you want to be a high-earning photographer or filmmaker, you have to get in the habit of charging what you're worth. And this means not only delivering a premium experience for your clients, but you have to know how to position yourself as the expert. This means building the skills of branding, marketing, and sales. High-paying clients pay for trust, expertise, and a seamless experience, not just your photos. So habit number one, charge what you're worth. Habit number two, market all year round. Crystal and I, we've audited over 2,000 wedding photography and filmmaking businesses, whether if they were our students or whether if they were just reaching out to us. And through all of those audits, we saw all of the same patterns, especially for the ones that were struggling with their business. Usually the pattern looked like this. They would get excited and start marketing maybe around the New Year's. They'd maybe book a couple clients from there. Because they actually had some weddings and maybe engagement sessions booked in the spring and the summer, they would totally forget about marketing. And because they're focused just on shooting during the spring and the summer, by the time fall and December came up, they did not get as many inquiries as they hoped. And then they just repeated that cycle over and over and over again. That is one of the biggest mistakes we see photographers and filmmakers make. They only market when they feel the need to book weddings. But the top photographers, the top earning photographers and filmmakers, especially in the wedding photography and filmmaking industry, they market year round. They're marketing in the winter time, getting all those deposits, getting all those wedding reservations. When spring and summer comes and they're actually shooting all of these weddings, they don't stop their marketing because there's still people starting their engagement journey during these times. So they're still running ads, they're still building their personal brand, they're still getting awareness, they're still getting out there. So by the time they're done with the peak shooting season, by fall and winter, they already have inquiries coming in from the new attention they got during the summertime. So this way, they have a much more consistent year and they're able to build a snowball effect of growth year in and year out. So that's habit number two. You have to market all year round. Just because you're shooting more does not mean you stop marketing. You gotta actually get attention for the months coming up. Habit number three, they are always learning. I remember a long time ago when Crystal and I, we were trying to figure out how to grow our wedding photography business. We were living in a basement at this time. I was working as a janitor. Crystal was working as a nurse. We're trying to figure out how to get this to work. And we felt like we were trying everything. And I remember we found someone who we thought might have been our mentor. We weren't sure. And when we learned about their offer, being totally honest, I didn't want to do it. I remember going to Crystal, I was like, no, this is too expensive. It was like an $8,000 mentorship for his 2 different programs, his 2 tiers. But I remember when I told Crystal that, she came to me and said, Jordan, I think we have to. What if things stay the same? What if things get worse? What if we're always living in this basement? What if you're always working that janitor job? And it was scary. So it felt like we were jumping off of a cliff. But we did take that leap when it came to working with this mentor. And it was scary. But it was through that mentorship, the new things that we learned, the community that we got introduced to that helped us scale to our first 6 figures, then helped us scale to our first multiple 6 figures. And the truth is, you don't know what you don't know. If we would have not taken that leap, it could have taken us years and years and years to get to those same levels. But because we're able to learn from others' mistakes faster, we're able to cut those years in half. So the high earning photographers and filmmakers, they're always learning. They're investing in coaching. They're investing in courses, in masterminds. They're joining high level communities. They're learning from other people's mistakes instead of learning from years and years of trial and error. Habit number 4, successful photographers say no to small work and time wasters. I remember in the beginning stages of when we were working on growing our photography business, we'd be focusing all this time on a lot of admin work, a lot of time on editing, a lot of time on emails, a lot of time on making ourselves feel productive and feel busy. But our business was actually never moving forward. We felt busy, but we were not productive. But then one of our mentors told us that we need to start focusing on PPAs, which stands for profit producing activities. How can you focus 80% of your day on the things that actually push your business forward? So when we started figuring this out, for us, that was marketing, sales, elevating the brand, talking with prospects, getting ads out there, getting our brand out there, and the actual work that we're doing for our clients. We'd start outsourcing our editing, outsourcing a lot of admin work so we can focus and leverage our time with more profit-producing activities. We stopped spending time on a lot of time waster clients, little teeny projects that didn't really move our business forward, and we focused more time and energy on profit-producing activities to actually get those dream clients that pushed our business forward, that elevated our brand. And that changed everything for our business. So the high earning photographers and filmmakers, they don't waste their time with the small clients that don't align with you and just drain your energy. Instead, they focus on high value bookings and they leverage 80% of their day on PPAs, profit producing activities. They outsource a lot of the admin work and the busy work so they can put their time on more high leverage tasks that align with their brand and income goals. So number 4, say no to small work and time wasters, focus on profit producing activities. Habit number 5, they build relationships. So throughout all of this, not only do we see the high earning photographers and filmmakers networking, building relationships with venues, vendors, planners, their past couples, which bring in more referrals, but they also join like-minded communities. So on the screen, I have our community, where not only wedding photographers and filmmakers are learning all of these strategies, but they're able to collaborate, mastermind, brainstorm. So here we have some students celebrating their wins. Here's Taryn posted about a $37,000 month. Here's James Pierce just recently had an 18,000 pound month. You scroll down a little bit and we see some students just asking questions, getting help, brainstorming together. Because here's the thing, being an entrepreneur, growing a business is a lonely journey. Most of us, we don't have coworkers that are able to motivate us, inspire us, and push us forward. And so not only do we need to build those relationships that help us build referrals and push the business forward, but we need to join communities of like-minded people where not only do we learn new things, we can share new things and we can collaborate to push our business forward, inspire others, and find resources to inspire us as well. And with our first mentor that we worked with, that was $8,000. We didn't just get information from him, we were able to join communities of people in the same path. And that asset was invaluable. If you're interested in our community, I'll put the link of that in the description of this video. But habit number 5, you gotta build relationships, not only with people that are gonna refer you to the right people and to more clients, but of like-minded people that are gonna help you push your business forward. Habit number 6, deep focus. In the beginning, when we were trying to grow our photography business, I had a lot of issues when it came to deep focus. I had all these goals, I had all these aspirations, I wanted to be able to grow our business, but I'd work maybe an hour or two and then I would get distracted. I had video game addiction, I'd always get distracted by movies, and when I should have been working and focusing on the business, I'd always feel myself pulled elsewhere. And then our mentor taught us something that changed my life. He had the same thing that would happen to him, where he'd want to accomplish all these things, but then, 2 hours down, 3 hours down, he found himself distracted with something else. And what he started to do is he started to reward himself for a couple hours of work, a half a day of work, or maybe a full day of work. And for him, that little reward was just a latte in the sun. That was something that he absolutely loved. And so he'd work a couple hours, he'd have a latte in the sun. He'd work a full day, and then he'd have a latte in the sun. And what that did is that rewired his brain to search for dopamine in more productive areas. Instead of getting distracted by video games or movies or time with friends and everything like that, he would find dopamine through the work that actually pushed his business forward. So I started doing that in my life. Every couple hours I'd reward myself with something small. Maybe after a full day, I'd reward myself with something bigger. And that started to rewire my brain to enjoy what a lot of people would think is boring work. It rewired me to enjoy that work. And that way I could get myself into hyper-focus and deep focus and actually get stuff done in my business that was meaningful. So if you're someone who always finds that you're getting stuck, you're getting distracted, try that. What's a little reward you can reward yourself with after a couple hours of really deep focus? What's a big reward you can reward yourself for maybe a full days of work? Do that every single day for the next 60 days. And I promise you, in the next 60 days, you're going to be unrecognizable because you're going to rewire your brain to search for dopamine in better places. So habit number 6, deep focus. Habit number 7, time blocking and batching. Another life-changing habit that our mentor taught us a long time ago is this. He would say, plan tomorrow today, or the day will plan you. Plan tomorrow today, or the day will plan you. Because just like what we talked about in the last habit, how many of you, maybe it's the evening and you're like, oh, I got so much to do tomorrow, so much things I want to work on the business, so many projects. When the day comes, you look at the end of that day and you did not achieve the things that you wanted to achieve. Instead of attacking the day and accomplishing the day pretty much controlled you, taking it wherever it wanted to take it. And that cannot happen as business owners. We have to attack the day. We have to be able to accomplish big and meaningful things. So a habit that he taught me was to get a journal. We like to use the Passion Planner and start listing out every single hour or couple hours of our day the night before. And so every single night, after a days of work, maybe before I went to bed or before I left the office, I'd get the Passion Planner journal and I'd write out every single hour of my next day. Or if it was a more difficult schedule, I'd at least block several hours of a time with several projects. From waking up, from planning the hardest projects first, or the most important projects first, to what I was going to do in the middle of the day, to when I was gonna have lunch, to when I was going to end my day, to when I was going to go to the gym, all that type of stuff. And what that did is it kept me accountable. I didn't always attack my day perfectly, but I always knew exactly what I needed to do to have a successful, productive day to push the business forward. After 90 days of doing that every single day, it created habits that were built into my character, into who I am. It rewired my brain to attack every day with productivity that actually made my life and our business much more productive. So no more winging it. I know as artists, that's something that we often lean towards, especially when it comes to our artistic craft. And when we're creating, when we're working in the artistic field on the wedding day, maybe sometimes we can get away with winging it. But when it comes to pushing our business forward, we cannot wing it. Every night before, get a journal out and start planning every hour of your day. Start planning it with profit-producing activities. Start planning your most dire projects first. And I promise you, in 90 days of doing this, you're gonna be unrecognizable. You're gonna see how far you can push your business just from that alone. So that was habit number 6, time blocking and batching. Plan tomorrow today, or the day is going to plan you. Habit number 8, track your numbers. We run a lot of ads to our business and we've been doing that for years. And every single day we track our ad spend, we track our impressions, we track our link clicks, we track our profit, our revenue. And this helps us know how healthy our business is from the month, from the day, from the year perspective as well. And this is something that's so important, especially if you're running ads in your business. How are you supposed to know the patterns in your business? How are you supposed to know how healthy your business, or if your business is actually growing, if you're not paying close attention to the numbers? Not only does this help you see a bird's eye view from how it looks like now and from the past, but it's also going to help prevent a lot of problems coming up in the future. Let's say you're running ads and you notice that you're getting inquiries in your business for $10 as you're running ads. What if the next month or 2 months later, you notice those inquiries going to $20, then $30, and $50? If you're not tracking your numbers, you would have never noticed that. If you're not looking at the data every single day, you would have never noticed that. But if you're looking at the data every single day, you're putting it down in charts, you're looking at the patterns, that can help you take a moment and stop and realize, oh wait, our leads are getting more expensive every single month. Why is that? And now you can problem solve it before the problem gets much worse and takes down your business. So the top earners of photographers and filmmakers, they know their numbers. They're tracking lead costs, they're tracking booking rates, revenue goals, conversions, so they can make smart, data-driven decisions. Not emotional decisions, but data-driven decisions. So habit number 8, track your numbers. Habit number 9, take breaks. Now, Crystal and I, we believe in seasons of hustle and then seasons where you can slow down. But especially in the beginning stages of the business when you're trying to build momentum, this often consists of a lot of months to years of hustle before you can get to a place where you can relax and coast off of a lot of the work that you've built. But even during those seasons of hustle, I believe it's a wise decision to take those little breaks here and there so you do not burn out. Maybe that's a small vacation every quarter. Maybe that's a dedicated day of the week where you do not think about work at all. When you take some time off to prevent burnout, you can recharge and stay creative. It keeps you from becoming a drained photographer that can no longer give your clients a premium experience. It keeps you from being a drained entrepreneur where you don't want to think or talk or work on your business at all. And every time Crystal and I, we've taken vacations, we've taken a little break, or maybe we make sure that there's a day of the week where we do not focus on business, it helps our creativity and we're able to get back in with a lot more throttle, with a lot more excitement and a lot more passion. So habit number 9, make sure you take breaks so you can do this for the long game. And last but not least, habit number 10, take care of your health. Now, in the beginning of our entrepreneurial journey, I was going to the gym, I was eating way too much fast food, watching movies until 2 a.m., and I really felt it affect not just my body, but my mind. I wasn't able to think as clearly. I always felt cloudy. When I had big projects that I wanted to do, it was difficult to build up the discipline and motivation because I did not feel my best. And that really affected my performance. And that's when I really started to realize it's not just about the information you know. It's not just about wanting to work hard. It's not just about being a great photographer, but you have to have the energy. You have to have a clear mind. Our health is our greatest asset as entrepreneurs. Growing a business is one of the hardest things that you can do, and you have to have the energy and a clear mind to put in the hours and solve the different problems that you're going to have in your business. So when I started limiting my drinking, eating healthier, sleeping earlier than I was, continuing to go to the gym, the clarity that I started to feel in my mind was night and day. I was able to show up more for our business, problem solve harder problems, have more energy and passion with everything that we are doing. And that seems like something that's unrelated to business, but I promise you, if you really do prioritize your health and your fitness, you know what those things are that you need to do. The focus that you're going to be able to have, the clarity that you're going to have is going to be night and day. You're going to be able to do this a lot longer. So after working with hundreds of wedding photographers and filmmakers all over the world, scale to 10 to 30K months, and even doing this ourselves, those are the 10 habits we've seen from the high earners. Number 1, charge what you're worth. Number 2, market all year round. Number 3, you're always learning. Number 4, say no to small work and the time wasters. Focus on profit-producing activities. Number 5, build relationships. Not only the people who can help refer you more clients, but the community that you join and build. Number 6, deep focused work. Number 7, time blocking. Plan tomorrow today or the day will plan you. Number 8, track your numbers. Number 9, take breaks. And number 10, Take care of your health. What are some of those habits you're gonna be working on to put into your lifestyle so you can continue to push your wedding photography and filmmaking business forward? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. And if you're someone who's really serious in scaling your wedding photography or filmmaking business, feel free to check out our community in the description of this video. There'll be a link where you can learn all about it. Anyways, guys, we'll see you on the next one.